Hello, we are here at the Spanish heart of Dublin, Instituto Cervantes. We have the pleasure to meet David Whelehan. He's the wine correspondent of TV3 Ireland, and we are going to talk on his recent trip to Galicia and Rias Baixas. I think it was your first time. Welcome first, David. It was your first time there.
Thank you very much, Isa. It was my first time over to Galicia, and I have to say, I was absolutely enthralled by the beauty of the place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fantastic. Did you find any connections between the Celtic Spain and Ireland at all?
I felt there was a latent connection there. There seemed to be an inherent warmth with the people. A wonderful welcome was attributed to all of us on the trip itself. And the fact that the potato featured very highly in the diet immediately made me feel at home. And I have to say, I found from start to finish the whole experience really quite Celtic in many ways, but Celtic in an exotic sense from the Irish perspective.
The weather was a bit better or not?
The weather was very, very similar to Ireland. So sadly, we were rushing for our umbrellas all the time, but in many ways that made us feel at home, and I say it ensured that the countryside was very, very verdant, just like it is at home as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, they produce wine, so that means that the weather should be a bit better, at least in summer.
Well,
no?
so they tell us, and they assure us that it's somewhere between 25 and 35 degrees Celsius. So we're inherently envious. As I say, it was one of my great aspirations in the year to come with global warming to actually plant vines in Ireland. But certainly over in Galicia right now, they seem to have a wonderful climate, making a very interesting style of wine.
What makes Rias Baixas, the region that we are talking about, distinctive from other white regions?
I think it's obviously kind of that moderate climate, so they've got quite a high influence, in terms of high rainfall, and then they have relatively moderate temperatures throughout the summer, and also they're actually working specifically with the Albarino grape and the Loureiro grape, which to me are very interesting grapes because they've got great acidity and great aromatic intensity and lend to the making of a very fresh style of wine, which is very appealing.
Okay, so Rias Baixas is the wine region, and Albarino and Loureiro are the most traditional grapes in the area?
They're the most traditional grapes that they're actually propagating there for over a very long period of time. And really, I think it's fair to say that they're making arguably the most exciting dry style of wine in Spain at the moment.
Okay, that's very interesting. And is it a very tiny area? I mean, I think it's around 4,000 hectares, but there's a big number of people managing all the vineyards. What does it mean in terms of wine production? Does it have any influence on that?
I think the influence it has is that there's a real sense of connectivity with the community, so that everybody's actively involved. So there's an inherent desire for the wines to be successful, and that was something that was very apparent to us on the trip, was that there was a real team spirit amongst everybody within the winery itself, and a sense of wanting to make something really special and continuously make it better and better and better into the future.
Oh, that's very interesting. And well, Albarino is said to be one of the trendiest grapes, at least now in US. Do you think Ireland is going to follow the fashion, or what's going to happen here?
I think Ireland is actually already following the fashion. As I say, it's really set to take off. I think the style of it, those kind of lovely aromatic fruit-forward characters of kind of peach and pear and apricot, and then with an underlying refreshing acidity, makes it a very elegant style of wine. And I say the Irish palate is looking for something that's not oaked, is fresh and zesty and inviting, and I think the Albarino really ticks that box.
Oh, that's fantastic news for Rias Baixas. Thank you very much, David, for your visit here. Thanks.